What is up, Boston Steel fans, and welcome to our PGL Season 6 Week 4 matchup against ExpAwesome and the Chatham Charizards. Make sure you go check him out in the description down below, as well as all the other PGL coaches, because they're great dudes and dudettes and deserve all the love in the world. Anyways, guys, this week's battle is super important for us because it's an interdivisional battle, which actually outweigh outer-divisional battles this season, as well as the fact that ExpAwesome is actually second place in our current division, and the first two teams in each division make it to the playoffs. Beating him would definitely help us on our way to playoffs. If not, either way, there's still 6 more weeks, so anything can change. But if we do manage to win this week and the Indianapolis Cobalions lose this week, we could potentially be in first place in the division, which would be a really nice spot to be week 4. But again, still 6 more weeks. No matter what happens, anything can change from that point. So win or lose, we still got some weeks to work with. Anyways, guys, without giving anything away, let's kind of jump into some explanators. So this week, I'm over here on this side of the screen. I want to give you guys the heads up. I'm going to be on the right side of the screen as opposed to where you usually are on the left, because at the end of our battle, we had a communication error and I was not able to save my battle video. ExpAwesome, however, was able to, so he gave me his code. So thanks again to him for doing that. We now have his code, so we're going to be viewing it from his perspective, but I'm just going to commentate as normal, and you guys will just have to look over here for us and over there for him. So try not to get too mixed up, but it should be pretty self-explanatory. You guys will see. Anyways, let's go ahead and look at the matchup this week. I decided to bring Mega Pinsir, Hippowdon, Aegislash, Greninja, Snorlax, Clefable, which is pretty similar to last week, except this week we have Snorlax, which we didn't have. No, did we have Snorlax last week? No, I don't think we had Snorlax last week. So it's pretty similar, but with one change. And of course, the moves are different and stuff like that as well. Looking over on his side, he brought a relatively similar team to what we thought. I say we as in me and Ginchi, which, by the way, again, thank you, Ginchi, so much for being the assistant coach and helping me practice all these weeks. Has been really, really helpful. He's got his Omega Swampert, Magnezone, Tapu Lele, Thundurus, Spiritomb, and Landorus. And I'm sorry if I'm losing my voice. I actually already recorded this and I didn't have my microphone on, so re-recording it, my voice is shot now. So looking at his team, I figured he'd probably lead Mega Swampert because that was the thing I actually feared most, him leading, because looking back, I was like in team prep, in the team preview, I was like, oh my god, I really don't have anything to really hit that Swampert very hard if it comes around to it late game. So I decided to lead with Mega Pinsir, thinking he would go Mega Swampert and just kind of try and return Mega Swampert and do as much damage as possible, so in the future it wouldn't take that much to kill him. So that was kind of my plan going into it. I lead with Mega Pinsir. We'll go ahead and see what he leads with as we dip into this battle. Whew. So there we are. We are challenging ourselves. Well, not really. We're challenging ExpAwesome to a battle, even though we should be on the other side of the field. Don't forget, we are on this side of the field this week. I know it's a little confusing, but he does end up leading with his Mega Swampert, so I was like, whew, thank God, the plan worked. He did lead with the lead that we thought, so I was very happy with that. So I'm going to go ahead and Mega Evolve first turn. I know that he likes to carry Rain Dance on his team to get his Swampert outsped, and I was fearing he actually might do that with his Swampert setup Rain Dance, and he actually does do it, surprisingly. So we get off a free return. But at the same time, it's kind of hit and miss, because now he's going to have that speed boost that he gets from his ability with Rain Dance. But yeah, I just watched some of his previous battles. I noticed that he likes to run Rain Dance or Z Rain Dance on his Z Captain. So he does set up the Rain, though, which is kind of expected at this point because he did lead with his Swampert and he really likes the Rain. So I'm going to go ahead and go for a quick attack, hoping that it could kill, but it definitely doesn't. I don't even think it was a low roll. I just think it didn't have a chance. But I knew that I would live a waterfall after calcing it, so I'm just going to go for another quick attack just in case he decided to stay in, which he doesn't. He does switch into resting place. But at least Swampert is now weak enough where I can take him out with almost anything else. As the quick attack does hit resting place, because of course we have air relay as our ability. Now this is a 50-50 prediction. I could either go for a move and he would go for pursuit, or I could switch out, he could go for a pursuit or sucker punch or whatever, you know what I mean. I decided to just go for a move, thinking he would think I would switch out to preserve, but unfortunately he did make the prediction of the 50-50 and hit us with the sucker punch. So I bring him big, I get the sand up, and I'm going to set up my stealth rocks because I know that Spiritomb cannot touch me, and this is a great opportunity to get up our stealth rocks. As he goes for an Ominous Wind, I think he's just trying to get the boost from it. I think it's a special attack boost. I'm not really too sure, to be honest with you, but I think it's a special attack boost. But he doesn't get it, luckily for us. And even if he does, I'm pretty sure that we can live. I'm pretty sure that we can live like 2 more hits. So I'm gonna go for an Earthquake, and I know that 1 more of these would kill him for sure. But he does go for a Destiny Bond, and I'm like, oh shoot, okay, that is no longer a plan. I got to switch Hippowdon out of here right away. So I'm actually going to go ahead and switch into Snorlax, knowing, of course, Snorlax being immune to the Ominous Wind. And hoping that he goes for it. He could have went for Sucker Punch too, but I think Ominous Wind just made more sense because he'd be hitting us on the special side. So anyways, there's that, and I'm actually just going to hit Ice Punch because I know that Ice Punch will kill Resting Place, as well as if he decides to switch in to his Thundurus or Landorus, it's going to do the most damage. So I go for an Ice Punch, boom, and it does take down Resting Place. Snorlax is in a pretty good spot here. Now, surprisingly, he decides to switch into his Landorus as the mon he brings in. So I was thinking maybe he might have Focus Blast, but I calced it out, and we are Assault Vest, so we'd actually live a Focus Blast. So it's like, okay, I'm just going to go for Ice Punch. But instead of going for a Focus Blast, surprisingly, he actually goes for an Earth Power. I guess he wasn't packing Focus Blast. So I go for an Ice Punch, seeing that it should one-hit KO, but he actually lives on 8 HP, which is kind of crazy and unfortunate for us. Luckily for us, though, he does switch into his Tapu Lele. I think he thinks that we're choice banded into Ice Punch. Now, I'm not sure. I'd have to talk to him or watch his side of the battle. But at this point, I'm thinking that he might have thought that we were choice banned bringing Lele in. But the Assault Vest actually was so good this battle, because now we can go for our Heavy Slam and live this Psychic. Super crazy, because that's a boosted Psychic from the terrain that we live that. It's so fat, Snorlax, so fat. He goes ahead, he gets off the Heavy Slam, and takes down this Lele. Fantastic. Just fantastic. And he's going to bring back in his Landorus, probably forgetting that he's in Rocks damage or that Rocks were up, and he insta-dies. I do this thing all the time. I always forget about Rocks, and then my Pokemon dies. So that was kind of unfortunate for him. He could have saved it for Death Fodder later. But anyways, he brings in his Swampert, which lives on 5 HP after the Rocks. And I'm just going to let Snorlax go down, because if I was to switch into like an Earthquake or something, or a Waterfall, it would not be good on anything. So I just decided to take it and let Rumble go down and get that free switch in. Sorry, Rumble, you did work. You did work, but I'm going to bring in Kakashi, because he is Choice Scarfed. I know he outspeeds, and I can just go ahead and go for a Scald to get maximum damage on the Magnezone if he switches in, which he did. It'll do about 40 max, I think. So we still get some chip damage off on this, and we could potentially get a burn, which would be really good. We don't get the burn, but we do good damage. So I'm going to go ahead and switch out into Aegislash. I was predicting that we'd go for Flash Cannon, expecting they bowed on. So Aegislash was the perfect switch in for this. And he does actually do it. So we made some really good reads this game. I'm really proud of the way that we were battling thus far in the battle. Very, very solid plays for us this week. And I can just go for a Shadow Ball now without fear of anything, honestly. Because Shadow Ball will hurt most things that he has. Should kill the Magnezone or take him within Shadow Sneak range, which we also do pack. But he does decide to switch into his Thundurus, who after Rocks is not going to like this Shadow Ball. Not going to like the Shadow Ball at all. Let's go ahead. I love when I get to the moment where I'm caught up in the commentary that there's nothing left to say. It just feels so awkward. But it does take him down to some pretty good damage. Now, he's at 43 HP, it looks like. Of course, you can't tell what the number HP is when you're on the other side of the field. But he does go for a Z move, and I'm really scared because I go for a Shadow Sneak. I was like, why is he outspeeding me? But I forgot the Prankster. So he went for Z Charge, which actually boosts his special defense. So luckily for us, we went for physical attack, so it doesn't really matter in the end. And I don't even know if a +6 would have lived a Shadow Ball or not. I'd have to calc that out to see. But we do just go for the Shadow Sneak. But he does live on 1 HP. Now, that was not a low roll, but it wasn't the roll that we needed to kill, unfortunately. But we do just go for another Shadow Sneak, which is definitely going to take down this Thundurus. Thank goodness. And Thundurus is now out of the way. Now, he should only have left his Magnezone and his Swampert. So we're looking pretty good. Next turn, I'm thinking I just go ahead. I King Shield. Get into that defensive position so I take the least amount of damage as possible, of course. So there we go. We King Shield. We can kind of scout out what he's going to go for as well, which definitely helps too. as he does go for a hidden power. I'm thinking it was probably either hidden power fire, hidden power ghost, but I assume fire. So we kind of, good thing we went into defensive position, so now we're not going to take quite as much from this hidden power. And we can go ahead and just Shadow Ball and hopefully take this stupid Magnezone out. Not stupid, man. It's not stupid, but we're going to go ahead and successfully take down in the zone Magnezone. Now all he has left is his Mega Swampert, which should go down to Stealth Rocks. And we should be looking at a 4-0 victory for your Boston Silk Scarfs. Let's see. Boom. Yeah, 5 HP. He's not living. He ain't living. He ain't living. But anyways, guys, we had a really clean match this match. Very proud of the performance of our team so far this season. And this match, again, this was a super important battle, divisional battle. We are officially now in second place in our division, potentially first if the Cobalions lose, which definitely a good spot to be in week 4. Anything can change in 6 more weeks, but it's a very good spot to be in at the moment, and I'm very proud of our team. At the beginning of the season, I saw when I drafted my team, I really liked some aspects of it. Other aspects I was a little iffy on, especially Mega Pinsir, because I'd never used it before, and I already had some ice weaknesses and things growing on the team, so I was hesitant. But Mega Pinsir's actually been pretty good, fit in a lot of matchups, as well as Aegislash. When I drafted it, I was a little nervous because I'd used it, I think, Season 1 of the PGL, and it really didn't do anything for me. But again, it was because I was using it wrong. I'm using it much better this season, and very proud of our team so far. It's really fun to use, and I'm happy with it. I'm really happy with it. So I hope you guys did enjoy this battle. If you did, please go ahead, shield bash that like button, because this is actually my second attempt to record this post-com. The first time I didn't have my microphone turned on, so my voice is shot. But thank you so much for watching. Make sure you go show your love to all the other PGL coaches, and I will see you guys in week 5. Actually, before I go, let me know, who is your favorite Pokemon on our team this season? I don't think I have a favorite. I can't pick. They're all my favorite, man. It's such a good team. But thank you guys so much for watching. See you all in the next one. Till then, stay frosty and peace.